Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Myself Ashish, and today I'll be covering a puzzle genre called Nanro Puzzle. The setter of this puzzle is Grant Fikes, and he is one of the contributing puzzle masters in gmpuzzles.com. So this puzzle was featured in that website, and he has some very good amount of puzzles and very good puzzles in the GM puzzles. So we'll add the link in the description below for all the puzzles contributed by Grant Fikes on the GM puzzles website, and even the online interface of the puzzle that we'll be solving today. So coming on to the puzzle, according to the rules, we have to place digits in this grid, right? So not all white cells will be placed by digits, there will be some empty cells too, and all the digits in the grid have to be connected to each other. So you cannot have a number, for example a 1 here, you cannot have a number 1 here and no number at this place, right? For example, no numbers here, right? So this one has to be connected to all other numbers in the grid, right? So and each region will have one value of number, either 1 or 2 or 3, and depending upon the value you will have those number of digits in that region. So for example, if you have 1 in a region, you will have only 1 time. If you have a 2 in a region, you will have 2 times 2. If you have 3 in a region, you will have 3 times 2. So the number that is indicated by in the region will be having that value of number, and if no number is indicated in a region, you need to find the number. So every region will have a digit, a value. No region can be without a number, and if two numbers of different region are orthogonally adjacent to each other, then they must be of different value. So two twos cannot be adjacent to each other if they are of different regions, right? So that is the rule. I'll just again brief you with the rules. You have to place digits in such a way that all the digits in the grid are adjacent to all the digits in the grid are connected to each other, and the value of the value in the grid, I mean to say the value of the number in the region is equal to the number of digits in that region. So if you have 2, you will have 2 2s in that region. If you have 3s, you will have 3 3s in that region, and no two same digits in different region can be connected to each other or adjacent to each other. So let's start the puzzle. So if you see, I'll mark the cells which cannot have any number. So for example, if it's a 3 cell region and you already have 1 1, it means there cannot be any more ones in that region, right? So you'll have 1 1 time, 2 2 times, 3 3 times, etc. So 1 is already fulfilled, and that one has to come out somehow. So this is just one cell region, and one cell region will always have a 1, right? No other digit will be available in that. It is possible, I mean to say, one cell region will always have a 1. So I have just marked all the one cell regions, right? And I can just make sure that all the numbers are shaded in the green. So green in the sense, I'll be notating in such a way that gray is notated at as no number. There won't be any number in the cell, and if it is a green, if it is shaded as a green cell, it means there will be a number in it. So this one has to come out, right? These all ones have to come out, right? Have to come out in connecting to all the other numbers in the grid. Same way, if you see for the 2, exactly you have 2 cells and you need to have 2 2s in that region. So only one possible way, which means that these 2, you cannot have a 2 here, because 2 different regions having the same number cannot touch each other, which means it cannot be a 2 and this has to be a 2. Same way, this cannot be a 2 for this region and this has to be a 2, right? So I'll just again mark it with the green cells which we have already fulfilled, right? And sorry, I forgot to say one more rule, that no 2 into 2 group of cells can be whole of numbers, right? So you cannot have 2 into 2 group of cells with all the numbers, right? So that is the rule that I missed, sorry again. So if you see this, you are forming a 2 into 2 group of cells with all numbers if you have this cell as shaded, which means this cell will be unshaded, and there is only one cell remaining in that region, a 2 cell region, which means it has to be a number and it can only be a 1, right? And Again now this one has to come out, right? This one has to come out some way, and this is a 4 cell region. So we are not sure what number it will have. It can have 2, 3 or 4. It cannot have 1, because if it is having 1, this cell should be a 1, and then no other numbers will be in that region, and 1 will be touching each other, and they cannot, because they are from different regions, right? And if you see this region, it cannot be a 2. It's a 2 cell region, but it cannot have a value of 2, because if you have 2, both of these cells will be 2, and then 2 different regions, same numbers are touching each other, right? Which means it has to be 1, and it cannot be this cell as 1, because a 1 will be touching a 1, which means this has to be 1, and this will be a no cell. So I have shaded, right? Shaded as gray, right? And if you see this again 2 cell region, it cannot be a 1, because if it is a 1, this cell has to be a 1, then this will be shaded, which is not possible, because 2 ones are touching each other of different regions, which means that this has to be 2, and again this cannot be a 2 now. This has to be a 1, because if it is a 2, there are 2 ways it will violate. All 2 into 2 group of shaded all the 2 into 2 group of cells will have numbers, and 2 different regions will have same number touching each other, which means this region has to be 1, and only this possible way, because you cannot have a 1 here, you already have a 1 here, which means that this will be shaded, and this will be green cells again, and this cell cannot be a 1, neither a 2, right? So if this cell is a numbered cell, it has to be 3 only, no other go, right? But we are not sure of that yet, so we'll just mark it, we'll just leave it as it is. And if you see this again, this cell, sorry, if you see this region, it cannot be a 1, it cannot have a 1 value, right? Because if it has a 1 value, the 1 has to be here, which means it has to be a 2, and it is only this way, right? And now if you see this region, this is a numbered cell which we have already marked, which means that this cannot be 1, because 1 is already there in a different region, and it cannot be 2 as well, because it is there in a different region, which means it has to be 3, and all the numbers, all the cells have to be marked as 3. And now if you see, as we already discussed, that if this is a numbered cell, it cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2 as well, and it has to be a 3 if it is a numbered cell, if this cell is a numbered cell, right? And if it is a 3, then this region and this region will have 3 touching each others, which means that this is not a numbered cell, and this cannot be a 1 as well, because 1 is already there, which means this has to be a 2, and both of these cells have to be 2, right? What a great logic it is. Excellent. Now which means that this region, this unshaded region, the numbered cells have to come out this way, and as you already know that this region will have 2's, because it is already indicated by a given clue, which means that the other 2 has to be this, and all the other have to be shaded, which means that this number cell again have to come out this way, and this region cannot be a 2 now. Same logic, because if it is a 2, this both the cells have to be a 2, and this 2 is touching the other 2 of the other regions. So which means this has to be a 1, and this has to be shaded now, which means the 1 has to come out this way, and this one has to come out this way, which means that a 2 into 2 group of shaded cells you are forming, which this cannot be a unshaded cell. I mean to say a 2 into 2 group of cells, a whole area is numbered cell if this is unshaded, which means this has to be shaded, and so the 1 is already fulfilled. We can just shade all the other cells. Same way 1 is okay, already done here. And if you see this now, this region cannot be a 2, because it will touch the other 2, this region 2, which means this has to be a 1, and the only possible way is this cell, because a 1 will not touch each other of different regions, which means now this one has to come out this way, and this will be shaded because 2 into 2 group of numbered cells. Again this numbered cell area has to come out this way, right? And this is a 2, so which means this has to be a 2. There are only 2 cell region, and it is already indicated that it has to be a 2, which means both of these will be shaded because of 2 into 2 group of cells, all numbered cells. and now this cannot be a 1 because you have a 1 already. This cannot be a 2 as well because you have a 2 already at other region, which means this has to be a 3 only. It cannot be a 4 because you have only 3 cells remaining in that region, which means that all the numbers have to be 3 because you need to have 3 times, right? Which means that now this numbered area has to come out this way and this will be shaded. Now again, if you see this cell, what a great logic, what a great flow of puzzle this is. Excellent Nanro puzzle. So if you see this numbered cell now, this is a numbered cell which we have already marked by green area. This either has to be 1, 2 or 3. It cannot be greater than 3 because there are only 3 cells remaining, right? So it cannot be a 2 and 3 because they are touching the other region numbers, which means it has to be a 1, and these both have to be unshaded now, shaded I mean to say. And this is a 1, and now this is also a 1, right? Only one cell area, and this is okay. This cannot be a 1, this area, right? If you see this area, this cannot be a 1, this cannot be a 2 as well. So let us mark with the question mark that these are numbered cells and we are not sure of what are the numbers that will be. It can be 3, 4 or 5, anything, right? And if you see this area now, it cannot be a 2, right? Because if you have a 2 here, you need exactly 2 cells to place the 2 without touching these 2 2's, which is not possible, right? Which means this cannot be a 2 and this cannot be a 3 as well now. So why cannot this be a 3? Because if it is a 3, there are exactly 3 cells remaining and all those 3 cells have to be 3, which means you form a 2 into 2 group of cells, all numbered cells, right? Which means that this exactly has to be 1 and this cannot be a 1 area, right? This cannot be a 1. So it is shaded, and if you see this group of numbered cells have to come out to connect to all the other numbered cells, and it is only possible this way. And we already know that this area has to be a 1, which means we can shade this and unshade this. So again we have formed a question mark here. We are not sure of the number here, but this has to be 1, right? And this has to come out this way, and now we know that this has to be 3. Oh, just a second. This has to be 3, this cannot be. Okay, excellent logic. What a great logic this is. Now if you see this area, what are the possible values this area can have? It cannot have 1 because we have already unshaded 2 cells. It can either be 2, 3 or 4, right? Now if you see, you can directly eliminate 3 and 4 not being a part of this area. Now why is it the case? You already know that the above region has to have 3, right? There are exactly 4 cells and you need to have 2 more 3's in that area, in that region. And if this area is a 4, for example, you won't be able to place exactly 2 more 3's without forming a 2 into 2 group of all the numbered cells, right? Not at all possible. So for example, if this is a 4, this will be shaded and one of these 2 numbers will be a 3, not both, right? Now which means that it cannot be a 4. I'll just erase those. It cannot be a 4, right? Now can it be a 3? If it is a 3, this cell won't be a 3 because you have 2 different regions having the same number touching each other, which means all the other numbers have to be 3, and you won't be able to fill this area now with the 3's because they will touch this 3, which means that the only possible way is being this area having the value of 2 and which is already fulfilled, having 2 unshaded cells, which means both of these have to be 2 and they have to come out this way, right? Excellent logic. Now we have already fulfilled the 3's having all the 3 cells unshaded, and which means that this area has to come out this way and this area has to come out either one of these 2 cells or cannot be both the cells, it has to be one of these 2 cells, right? And if you see this area now, it has to touch the other area this way only, which means that all these number cells will have to be 5, exactly 5 cells are unshaded now. Excellent logic I would say. Now let us see if we can do something with this area now. Can this area be 1? No, it cannot be 1 because 1 is already touching this one. all the other cells will be unshaded, and this has to be 1, which is not possible, right? And can it be 2? Yeah, it can be 2. Okay, it cannot be a 2 as well, because 2 is already touching here. So can it be a 3? Of course it cannot be a 3 as well, because if it is a 3, this would be a 3, and you need 2 more 3s to be placed without using any of the 3s in these 3 cells, because the 3 will be touching. It means that both of these cells have to be 3, which will form a 2 into 2 group of numbered cells, which is not possible. So it cannot be 1, it cannot be 2, it cannot be 3. So it can either be 4, 5 or 6, right? Exactly, there are 6 cells in this area, and it cannot be 5 and 6 as well. So if it is a 5 and 6, you won't be able to place exactly 5 5s in this area without having 2 into 2 group of cells numbered, right? Not at all possible. This is the best possible way to place a digit without forming a 2 into 2 group of cells, which means that this has to be a 4, and only one possible way is this, without forming any 2 into 2 group of cells unshaded. Excellent logic, I would say, excellent logic, which means that this, okay, yeah, so which means that this one has to come out now, and this cell, this area cannot be a 2, because if it is a 2, both of these cells will be 2, and you will be having a 2 touching each other, which means this has to be a 1, and it will be shaded this way, and this has to be unshaded for the 1, because ones cannot touch each other, right? And now if you see this area, it cannot be a 3, right? It can be 2 and 1 anyway, but it cannot be a 3. So let's see if we get anything else. Okay, this is the end part of the puzzle. Seems to be a bit tricky one, not much of logic, easy logic to be found. Okay, so if you see this area now, it cannot be a 3, it can either be a 2 or a 1. So if it is a 2, it has to be this way, right? Only one possible way. And if it is a 1, it has to be this way, only one possible way, because this area has to come out, and if it is a 1, it has to be only this way. So both the ways, this cell have to be unshaded. So if you have a 2 and a 2 here, for this area, if you see this area, this is unshaded now. If it is a 2, this is unshaded, and this area has to come out this way. And if it is a 1, this area, the whole area connecting both the areas, are making these both cells unshaded, and has to come out only this way again, which means that anyway, if it is a 2 or a 3, a 2 or a 1 in this area, this has to be unshaded. And same way here, both of these cannot be shaded, and both of these cannot be unshaded, right? Because this area has to come out, and both of these are shaded, means it will be stranded, and both of these are unshaded, means this will form a 2 into 2 group of unshaded cells, which means that one of these have to be shaded and other have to be unshaded, right? Either way, if you see, these two will be unshaded. So if I shade this and unshade this area has to come out this way, and if I shade this and unshade this whole area has to come out this way, which means that both of these have to be unshaded, right? And do we get anything else now? So one of these have to be okay. So now we know that one of these cells have to be unshaded. Excellent logic now. So we know that one of these have to be unshaded, and all these 6 cells cannot be shaded, right? Unshaded, I mean to say. There are exactly 6 cells, and what are the possible values we can attain in those cells, right? We will have to see. It cannot be 1 because 2 cells are shaded. It cannot be 2 as well because one of these 2 cells have to be unshaded, right? Which means it cannot be 3 as well, as we know that one of these 2 cells have to be unshaded, so it cannot be a 3. So it can be a 4, 5 and not a 6, right? We cannot have a 6 because all the 3 cells cannot be unshaded. So it has to be either 4 or 5, right? Can it be a phi? It is possible to have a phi. No, it cannot be a phi, because it is a phi. These cells have to be unshaded. One of these two cells have to be unshaded, and you will form a 2 into 2 group of shaded cells, right? So it cannot be a phi. It has to be a 4. No other possible way. It has to be a 4, which means that this area cannot be a 4 now, because if this is a 4, you will have this region 4 to be touching this region somehow, which means that this area has to be a 3, and we can directly mark this as shaded cell and this as unshaded, because this area has to come out now, and sorry, this has to be unshaded. We are just making sure that the logic is correct. So this was unshaded, right? This was nothing, neither shaded or unshaded, right? So if you see now, this area has to come out this way, which means now we know that this area has to be a 4, right? 4 and 4, which means this has to be shaded now, 2 into 2 group. This has to be unshaded and this has to be shaded. We have already attained a 4 cell, which means that now this has to be shaded, which means if this is shaded, it has to be 2, right? We already concluded that a 1 will be unshaded this way and a 2 will be unshaded this way, which means we know that this is unshaded, which means this also has to be unshaded and it has to be 2, right? We have completed the puzzle. What an excellent Nanro puzzle. What a smooth flow of the puzzle, right? So few givens, so small regions, 2 or 3 larger regions, and we have completed this excellent Nanro puzzle by Grant Fikes. And I would really suggest that he is one of the excellent authors. I would really suggest you to go to GM Puzzles, and he even has his own blog. I'll give the link to the blog page as well, and even to the GM Puzzles link of all the puzzles by Grant Fikes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.